Show you how to make your vote for Barack Obama and John Edwards still count.
And big changes coming to your driver's license, when it's happening and why.
Fox 2 News starts now.
14 hours later, 2 lanes are finally back open after this raging inferno on I-75.
The fiery crash was caused by a tanker truck that went over a guardrail, exploded, and destroyed a home.
The truck driver was killed, but this crash could have been a lot worse.
Fox 2's Andrea Isom joins us live from the crash area where traffic is finally moving again. Andrea?
Well, things are slowly getting back to normal. As you said, 2 lanes of traffic are now open. Crews are working on the bridge right now, but when you look at this house, it just lets you know that for some people, things will never be the same. At around 8 o'clock this morning, a Michigan State trooper was in the middle of a traffic stop on I-75 northbound near the Rouge River Bridge. His in-car dash cam was rolling. It caught this tractor trailer with a tanker containing 72,000 gallons of butane liquid gas. 60-year-old Ronald Martinez was behind the wheel. He was on his way to Sarnia to pick up a load of propane. As you can see, there were no obvious signs of trouble in his travels, but less than 2 minutes later, everything changed.
I heard a big old boom.
There was a monstrous explosion, a bright orange blaze in the background right behind this interstate exit sign. State troopers believe Mr. Martinez crashed into a cement barrier wall. The impact ruptured his fuel tank, turning it into a big ball of fire. Then the tanker broke free of its tractor trailer, sending the tanker over the bridge almost 40 feet, where it burst into flames below. As it plummeted to the ground, this home was in its path.
By the time we jumped up, the fire was on my bed in my window. So we had to jump out the bed, and I had to run and get my older son, make him get up and go out the house.
As soon as I looked out my bedroom window and seen that ball of fire coming towards me, I thought I was done. I really thought I was done.
Unfortunately, a family lost their father today, so you know it is it's a horrible crash.
Ronald Martinez died. He spent the night in Ohio and had only been on the road an hour before the accident. He worked for Arrow Bulk Carrier Company in Grand Rapids. Martinez is from Albion, Michigan, and he was married with 3 children.
It could be any number of things. It could be that he fell asleep. It could be he had a medical condition. Maybe he had a heart attack, or maybe he just looked away for just a second and went over the gore, and then at that point he was in trouble.
Well, tonight the signs that something terrible happened here are vivid, like when you watch the work crews restabilize this bridge and when you look inside the shell of this now hollowed home.
And it's just so messed up because I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing. But I thank God I still got my son and my ex-boyfriend.
Well, the left 2 lanes of traffic are open, but state police are still asking people to avoid that area because it may be pretty congested. The right 2 lanes in the shoulder will be closed until MDOT clears them. And the Dearborn Avenue exit is still closed as well. Police are still investigating this crash. Reporting live, Andrea Isom, Fox 2 News.
All right, thank you, Andrea. Here's what the problem solvers have been able to uncover about the company that owns the truck. It's Arrow Bulk Carrier out of Grand Rapids. In the past couple of years, before today's incident, their drivers have had a total of 5 accidents. There were injuries in some of the previous wrecks, but no one died.
A local man drove past that scene moments after the fiery crash. Alan Carter sent us the video he took from his cell phone camera. He spoke to Fox 2's Alan Lee about what he saw.
Well, the first thing I was my heart went down to my knees seeing a truck upside down on fire, engulfed in total flames. And that was on the northbound right lane. I was on the southbound right lane, and I could still feel the heat coming all the way across, like 8 lanes. Just the heat was unbelievable. And then the trailer went over the side. You can see the marks of that. And as a truck driver, it just breaks my heart to see any truck upside down like that, you know. And it was crazy, just unbelievably. The truck was totally engulfed in flames.
Yeah, now you tell me, even from your vantage point, as we're looking at the pictures right here, that the fire was so intense that you even felt the heat even then.
Oh, absolutely. I was in the right lane in the southbound, and that truck's in the right lane on the northbound, and the heat was so intense, it came all the way, you could feel it all the way across the freeway.
Well, this accident could have been a lot worse. There's a playground below the freeway, right where the tanker fell and exploded. Part of this playground was even charred by the fire. Thankfully, because this is the middle of winter, there were no children playing out there. Be sure to stay with Fox 2 for continuing coverage of the crash and the aftermath. We'll have the latest from the scene and any lingering traffic problems there and across Metro Detroit on Fox 2 News Morning.
Several law enforcement agencies are working together to make sure vehicles coming across the border are safe for our roadways. The Sheriff's Office, State Police, and the U.S. Border Patrol are just some of the agencies that are working to keep unsafe vehicles off the roadways. They plan to target unsafe and overweight commercial vehicles coming into the U.S. from Canada.
We have about 10,000 trucks a day that actually come across the Ambassador Bridge. You know, it doesn't take a whole lot of them to be overweight to start to destroy the streets and roadways. And obviously, a truck that has to stop quickly that's overloaded is also going to be a danger to everybody on the freeway.
The agencies also hope to stop illegal items from coming across the border, such as drugs and stolen goods. A crash in Warren leaves one man dead. Sky Fox over the scene where 3 cars crashed on Ryan Road this morning. Investigators say the driver of one of the cars may have had a heart attack behind the wheel. One woman describes the horrific scene.
And I saw bodies. You know, they were working on people over here.
Again, one driver died. It's still unclear whether he died from a heart attack or the violent crash. The conditions of the other victims aren't being released.
Tonight, there's a big push to get Democrats to vote for uncommitted. With Michigan's primary only days away, hundreds of people are working to make sure that the voices of voters backing Senators Barack Obama and John Edwards are heard. Fox News' Taryn Asher introduces us to Detroiters voting uncommitted.
I'm just Obama crazy.
That may be an understatement. Sylvia Fox coined the phrase "no drama for Obama" and designed plenty of campaign paraphernalia she wears and distributes proudly.
Everything that I was reading, it was no problem.